Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines. We've got the G20 and the world needs a solution, and I believe it's XRP. We got that and so much more. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content right now. $1.09 trillion market cap for crypto. The market is up 2.2%. And we see 26,000 slightly over for Bitcoin, 1652 and change for Ethereum, and 82.8 billion plus for Tether right now. Number 5 spot is XRP at 52 cents. It's it is off by 0.7% on the 24-hour and off by 3.4 on the 7-day. Speaking of things being off a little, this plays in your favor. If you're an accredited investor, Link2 right now says they have just secured another block of Ripple. And I tell you, it works to your favor because the SEC has created market confusion. But there's no confusion with Link2. There's no confusion with you and I. We all know that Judge Torres's decision is going to hold up. And with that being known, that right now you can secure the Ripple shares on here in SPVs for around 30% off because of that market confusion created by the SEC. This is why, even though none of us are happy about the markets being down and the ambiguity that the SEC's put on this space, but I tell you what, when you see an advantage, you take it, and it's right here. Click the link underneath, check out my sponsor, and get yourself that Ripple private equity before it's gone. It is not going to last long. If it's there all today, I'll be shocked. Don't mess around. Perspective is everything. Oh my goodness gracious. A shout out to SAP. Do perspectives matter? Watch this guy right here. Look here, running right here. This guy looks like he's a rough guy, right? Look at him, running. What's he doing? Chasing this dude down with a suit and a briefcase. Is he going to take it? Or is he going to help save his life? Look at that. Well, of course, perspectives matter. But as I've learned is as follows. You can lead them to water, but you can't make them think. You know, perspectives, I've took it very seriously. My channel used to be called Investment Perspectives, and now it's Digital Perspectives. And I tell you, it really does matter to have perspectives. And I know that there's people out here that don't like speculation, and that's great, because if you don't, this channel is not for you. But if you do, and you like to challenge your perspective as well as others, so you can broaden your thought process, so you can challenge your own perspectives. This is a form of empowerment when you go through this process. It is always healthy to speculate from a place of solid ground and where things may go. But I tell you, a lot of people have a problem with it, and I understand it. And if you do not have to watch this channel. And if you do watch this channel, you need to know that is the core of this channel, of what we do here. I am a speculator in these digital hills, just like the people in the gold rush. The asset has emerged as the most preferred one in their portfolios. Boy, you talk about perspective, especially those in their 20s. This is evident by the new findings, which show that XRP comprising over 20% of their investments, surpassing the combined 17.5 allocation for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And this is all just speculation, people holding it. But look at this use case right here. Maybe this is why the speculation is so strong. Take a quick listen to this.
We use mainly XRP, Ripple XRP.
Ripple, yeah.
But we do it for a good reason. It's very quick. And the cost of transacting is quite low, or very low. So typically we're only in crypto for 7 seconds. That's it.
7 seconds.
7 seconds. That's it. So we're in and out. So you put your rand in, and your pounds out, and it's gone from rands to XRP, XRP to...
So you see a smaller company like Zago making out and winning in this regard. How much longer before the bigger players understand this as well? And this is how you see adoption just absolutely in scale. Shout out to Elizabeth for that one here. And then we see here from We'd Say When, there's more good news. For 2 years, XRP Labs has collaborated with other entities with a track record of building on and supporting the XRP Ledger ecosystem. Today, together, we published a white paper for Zhao Hao, I believe it is, and XRP Ledger Protocol chain. It says, we're proud to publish Zhao Hao white paper alongside of GateHub, Alloy Networks, and Evernode XRPL, and others. We believe this is the best, fastest, safest way to get hooks, lightweight, smart contracts for the XRP Ledger Protocol out there. Now we can shortly start building all the things we have envisioned for everyday life utility powered by the XRP Ledger Protocol. What an incredible stride that is. He says we will continue to build for the entire XRP Ledger ecosystem, and everything we build will be open for entire ecosystem to benefit from. We believe a multi-chain XRP Ledger protocol ecosystem can bring both the proven resilience of XRP Ledger mainnet and the endless new possibilities of hooks. Once the Zhao Hao network is fully live, Zum Wallet will obviously be updated to support multiple XRP Ledger protocol networks like XRPL mainnet and Zhao Hao. We are one step closer to realizing our vision of the XRP Ledger protocol finding its way to actual everyday retail adoption. Shout out to We'd Say When and all the players working together in a collaborative effort there. What a remarkable, remarkable piece of news that is. Then we have this. Monetary Authority Singapore here has recently launched a new regulatory framework for stablecoins in the country. Now, as we move through the next few pieces of news here, we're going to get more to a geopolitical landscape of what's going on here. And this is a reminder, BRICS now controls 30% of the entire global economy. And that's talking about GDP, right? And BRICS now also controls over 80% of the world's oil production with the announcement of the recent countries to join BRICS starting January 1, 2024. I certainly believe XRP Ledger can help solve the friction created in this ever-changing geopolitical landscape. Don't believe it. It's still true. And then here at home, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, watch this closely here, announced something courageous as far as Charles Gasparino's view goes in the New York Post. He says the company stated emphatically that the ESG, the Environmental Sustainable Goals movement, has gone too far, and BlackRock will be a part of the solution to prevent its excesses from destroying the U.S. economy. This is the CEO Larry Fink, who was big on this movement not too long ago. As first reported here, BlackRock's missive against mission against ESG came via an announcement that it has scaled back on its support of environmental and social shareholder demands in the proxy process. It voted to approve just 7% of these proposals in the fiscal 2023 year, but it's down from 22% in 2022 and 47% in 2021. So they are absolutely pulling away. The reason is so many shareholder proposals were overreaching, lacking economic merit, or simply redundant. So I'm showing you this because the BRICS coalition, even though they talk about going green, carbon neutral, but they're saying by 2050. And we know some of the biggest violators to climate change and the green movement are India and China, right? Don't believe it. It is still true, proving that if those countries are in the worst state, why are we focusing on what the U.S. is doing? Let's get the rest of the world at par with us. Then we could have a real conversation about doing great things for the world together and not just individually, because it's like having a hole in one end of the boat and then somebody's bailing water out the other end. We got to plug all the holes in the boat if you want to really go to a new place. And I think we can do it together in a really responsible way. But upcoming is the G20 summit. Now, I reported just days ago, the G20 has called for regulations alongside of the IMF for crypto and stable coins. So now this is the next window to watch, just like we watched BRICS happen just days ago. We want to see what actually comes out of this meeting. Now in BRICS, we said we weren't expecting a BRICS currency and we didn't get one. But what we did get is the announcement of those countries that are joining. And the other part of that is, as I said, the BRICS movement here is loaded with bad actors who don't really work well with the ESG movement. So you have to wonder what BlackRock is doing now, pulling back from the movement. Some people believe that the United States will ultimately join BRICS and Europe as well. So this gets more interesting, these little subtle undertows to wonder where these things will go ultimately. We will watch September 9th through September 10th what comes out of the G20 as far as regulatory framework or a suggestion thereof of stable coins and crypto. Well, here he is. It's Ripples in Wales, and he's got his own ideas about what could be coming out of the G20. Take a listen here. Shout out to him.
Good morning, everybody. So, we saw last week the G20 began to crystallize rules on cryptocurrency regulation globally, backed by the FSB and the IMF, two enormous hitters in the space. Yep. The G20 has what's called a troika, which is a three-country ruling class, and one of those is a presidency. Now, currently, India has the presidency of that troika, and next year, 2024, it'll be Brazil. So the next troika is going to consist of India, Brazil, and South Africa, three of the BRICS nations. Really interesting, right? So, on top of that, we've got on the 9th and 10th of September, we have the G20 President Summit occurring in New Delhi. Now, they've already told you in articles that they're going to try and crystallize crypto regulations. So our attention should be firmly focused in the next 10 days, 12 days, 2 weeks on crypto regulations. I think they're going to come out with a framework for stablecoins and crypto assets as a whole. Now, this could create a bit of a pickle for certain cryptocurrencies because there are many cryptocurrencies now in the probably tens of thousands, I dare say, and certain stable coins. My eyes will be on Tether, and my eyes will be on certain assets that are going to be deemed as securities. I think we're going to see mass delistings. I think we're going to see certain stable coins come under the focus. Keep your eyes on this. Have a good day.
Wow, mass delistings and stablecoin regulation that could pull USD Tether out into a spotlight that it has really not been on before on the global stage. These are, I believe, key points to watch out for. Now, whether they happen or not is another matter. But again, just like we watch BRICS, we need to watch this. And this is just about a month away. Well, actually less than that, about a week or two away. So we will watch it very closely here. Now, this is an article here that really covered something I went into over the weekend, and this was a big discussion that had, a real big impact on me and the Digital Perspective Mastermind group. And if you haven't joined that group, you need to join the hundreds of others inside of that group. You won't believe the level of discussion and focus that people are bringing to that group. I'm telling you right now, you just won't believe it until you get in there. I believe XRP plays a major role as a bridge asset, and I'm going to show it to you right now. The world needs a solution. Now, I want you to take what we just talked about. BRICS, BlackRock pulling back from the ESG movement. BRICS is loaded with bad actors as far as the green movement goes, right? The world needs a solution. G20 is coming up. We're supposed to get some kind of reveal for direction and collaboration on crypto regulation and stablecoin regulation from the G20, FSB, IMF collectively. And I say the world needs a solution, and so does the US dollar. My thinking is this. If oil was the underpin for the US dollar after the gold standard was dropped, oil has utility. The kind of utility that has fueled the world's growth and supported the US dollar dominance to where it is today. That asset, oil, in and of itself, is only worth so much per barrel today. but what its compound effects have been for the U.S. dollar dominance and the U.S. as a global leader have been undeniable advantage. I look at XRP as the new oil, or water to stick with the Ripple analogy, easing friction and carbon neutral, for the fourth industrial revolution. XRP has utility, and all the small medium enterprises, all the financial institutions, all the banks and central banks, all the clearinghouses can become the combustion engine industrial revolution was for oil, which equals an inflection point for a flywheel effect. When they begin using it at scale, think about what Zago said, 7 seconds in and out, fractions of a penny, that's all they had exposure to it, right? When the flywheel then begins to using it in scale, now unless the price changes, I agree that there is not enough gold to satisfy the bill that's due, but that's a whole other conversation. Plus, the Fed didn't like being handcuffed to the gold standard, which is why the printer has been on ever since. And I do believe firmly commodities like gold will play a massive confidence ensuring role in the new financial system the way it has done since the beginning of man. But I think that whatever side of this we all subscribe to, this thing will be revealed to everyone over the next couple years. If Saudi Arabia pulls away from the exclusivity of the Petro agreement, hanging in limbo, waiting to see how it shakes out, is not a solution. The United States, no matter who is in charge, is well aware that we are moving into the fourth industrial revolution, and it is a digital, tokenized, and we are about to see a switch from a speculative market to a utility-driven market. And what a time to be alive it is. And if there was any hint politically where the winds are going, I think BlackRock just gave it to you today. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. It's just my digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one.